folks, Chris Voss here from the chrisvossshow.com, the chrisvossshow.com. Of course, we reveal all the latest in social media and technology. This is really a part 2 of our Samsung Galaxy S3 review, if you will. We're going to talk about some features that go deep into the OS of it. Well, not really the OS, I should say, more so into the Samsung programming of the phone. Now, there's something on the phone called S Voice. It's kind of similar to Siri, kind of designed around the same way of being able to verbalize commands to the phone and through audio be able to control the functions of it, be able to search the web, etc., etc. We'll get into how this works here in a second. So very cool here. So be sure to check out the other videos we've done, the Samsung comparisons, and of course the review of the Samsung itself. After using the phone for a month, it is my favorite Android phone, and it certainly gives the iPhone 4S a run for its money. The iPhone 4S better definitely get its act together when issuing the iPhone 5, or phones like the Samsung Galaxy S3 are going to really eclipse it. So I love the phone. Let's get into the S video portion here, and we'll talk, or I'm sorry, S voice portion here. You can see there's several different things that come with the Samsung phone. There's an S memo, nothing to see really here. It's just a Samsung memo area that they've taken and built for their own sort of stuff. You can utilize that. There's also the S Suggest. The S Suggest is basically a program that can give you, it kind of works like iTunes Genius or the Apple Genius program. It takes a look at what you have, kind of tells you what other things are popular when it comes to apps and games, etc., and gives you ideas on stuff that you might like. You can, of course, go into pics, categories, games. You can see what your friends like, etc., by logging into a social network and all that good stuff. So, very cool setup there with the S Suggest, and that's, you can actually have a widget with that put onto the Samsung Galaxy screens, and it will show you the latest updated stuff. Now, the thing we really want to get into today is going to be the S Voice, and you can see the little icon here. It's basically something that's very similar to Siri. You can see here it's listening right now, and you can see the sound bumps, if you will. I forget what they call these on an equalizer scale, but you can basically see that it's listening to me and wondering what I'm talking about. We're going to go ahead and kill that. Wow, that's a very interesting interpretation of what I was talking about. All right, so let's cover a few things of what you can do here with the Samsung Galaxy S Voice. Now, watch also, we're going to be doing a comparison. We're going to be comparing side by side the Galaxy Samsung S3 S Voice with the iPhone. We're going to side by side play them and see which ones comes out better. So watch for that video on the chrisvossshow.com and the YouTube channel. These are some of the different commands that you can take and get by pressing the question mark button here as to ideas as to how to control stuff. You can do voice dial, messaging, contacts, navigate, memos, schedule. You can check your schedules, create new tasks, play music, social updates. I'll show you that in a second. Driving mode, record voice, timer, set alarm, check on the weather, get an answer where it'll look up stuff, find local listings, all that good stuff. So lots of really cool things you can do with the S Voice. Okay, now let's take a look at a few other things that we can take and do here. We're going to go into the menu settings. And in the menu settings, you can set this up several different ways. You can change the language on it. You can launch S Voice by double pressing the home key. So you can program it with a click to take and do that. You can use location data. That can help you if you're asking for directions. We'll show you that here down below. You can hide offensive words if for some reason you're sensitive to those. Maybe the S Voice is going to misinterpret something you said. You've got help and about here, of course, you need to get into. Auto dial, you can auto dial with the S Voice. Auto start the speaker so that you can immediately go to calls with the speakerphone. Show the body of message when it arrives if you're in driving mode. Don't know how safe that is. You really shouldn't be looking at your phone if you're driving, but they give you a chance to toggle it on or off. Wake up command. You can say your wake up command to automatically make it ready for listening. I'll show you how that works Remember, it will drain your battery. Wake up in the Samsung unlock mode. This is very cool. I'll show you this in a second too. Only listen while charging. You can program it so that the only time it will listen to charge, so it doesn't drain your battery. And in here you can set up your wake up command. Now what's really cool is they give you several different functions of wake up that you can take and set in here. These might be good maybe if you have multiple users on your phone. So very cool thinking on their process. Check missed events. You can watch for missed events when the headset mode is enabled. You can also put your home address in here so that you can be able to take and ask for directions from where you're going. What's really cool is you can do social settings. Right here I'm logged in as Twitter and Facebook. These are Twitter and Facebook logins. So if you want to make a tweet or if you want to post to Facebook, you can do that from here. Is that just got cool or what? You can't do that from the iPhone Siri. Siri can't launch apps. Currently, as of this recording, the iOS 6 isn't out, so I don't know if that's going to change with the iOS 6. But with iOS 5, Siri cannot launch apps, and it can also not post tweets or Facebook posts. So, very big difference with the Samsung Galaxy S3, huh? Let's take a look at something that's really cool that I like. One of the things you can program, of course, the S-Voice to do is to pull your phone out of standby. So let's go to standby mode here real quick. And I'm working around this case, which is holding it up. Okay, so let's go to standby mode and get an idea. Wake up. So what's really neat is you can program it to take and hear your voice command and decide to wake up the phone rather than having to swipe the screen like you normally would to bring it out of standby. Very cool. I love that feature. Now, let's go ahead and do this. What you can see here is that I've programmed a wake up command to wake it up at any time. Wake up. Wake up. Call Chris Voss. Now, what we're changing here on the bottom is the ability of it to speak back to us. There's two different modes you can have with the Samsung S-Voice. It can speak back to you, or it can just give you screen information.
Network error. Please try again.
So you can hear the voice of the person once we've clicked this, and you can toggle that based upon how quiet you want to take and have it. Call Chris Voss. And in testing that we've done, we haven't run into too many problems like we just did. So that is kind of an anomaly, if you will. So you can see here we're going to be calling me.
Calling Chris Voss.
There we go. And it's really nice to be able to have that feedback and all that good stuff. Now, of course, you can see here we've gone to automatic speakerphone and all that good stuff. We're going to go ahead and close out and go back to talking to Siri, or I'm sorry, S-Voice. Wow, bad habits they are, don't they? Okay, so let's try a few other commands. What is weather?
Here is the weather for South Whittier, California.
Find local restaurants.
Here's a list of places I found in Find Local Restaurants.
Scotty's, I really like that place. That's really good. Okay, so let's try some other things. Send a tweet.
What would you like to say?
Hello, everyone.
Say update, cancel, or speak something new.
Update. Update.
Status updated.
Okay. Okay, so now let's make a Facebook post. Facebook post. Hello, everyone, from my Samsung phone. Update. So you can see here that the Samsung S Voice does very well. I have a lot of problems with Siri just understanding what I say half the time. I don't know if it's my voice or my linguistics or whatever the case is, but I have a lot of trouble with it. I have better results with the Android voice-activated typing and system and monitoring, all that good stuff. So you can see here how that works. Now, one of the other features you have that you won't find with Siri is the ability to open apps. Open my Gmail app. So you can see here it's opening my Gmail, which is really cool. Open Play Store app. So you can see here one of the really nice things about these features is that you can take and basically command your phone and be able to get into it, do different things, all that good stuff. Let's see what else we can take and do. In the commands here, of course, as we review them, you can turn on and off your Wi-Fi, which is really important. I believe you can probably turn off on your music. You can add your tasks, schedules, all that sort of good stuff. Turn off Wi-Fi.
Wi-Fi off.
There we go. Open Twitter app. So you can see here we've opened the Twitter app. So the one thing I really like about the S Voice is that it will give you the essence to really control commands. You've got a lot of different settings, of course, you can control this with, and it's very easy to access and all that good stuff on your Samsung. Hopefully they'll come up with better updates. There is a video I've seen of the rumored update of Jelly Bean being put on the Samsung Galaxy S3. There's a very good chance, from what I can tell in seeing the video, that they're going to be installing it on here. That's going to have a lot of really cool features if you like this phone. One of the things we use today to help stand this up, you can see here, this is the Qmatics. It's Qmatics.com. You can find it, Qmatics.com. You can also see the videos we've done reviewing it on the Chris Voss Show. It's a beautiful case they put on with some nice rubber protecting and a nice back. You can get it in a multitude of colors. We're actually giving away some of the cases too. What I really like is the kickstand feature, which not only makes it a great way to stand the phone and also lay it on its side, if you will, but it also makes it so that it works very well in the hand and very comfortably in the hand, which I really, really like. And by just placing your fingers like this around the outside, it makes a great way to hold and stabilize your phone and be able to watch a video. So lots of cool things you find on the chrisvossshow.com. Make sure you're reading it every day, or you're going to get lost and your life will probably become pointless. So be sure to check into that and watch your videos on YouTube. Thanks for coming by.